Hey guys, welcome to another video. So in today's video, I will be showing you guys all my market prep for a market that I have coming up, and I will also bring you guys with me along to the market and give you a whole breakdown of how it went after the market. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Kiara and I have my own crochet business and I really like to make videos about it and bring you guys along with me on different adventures or journeys that I'm doing. I really like doing markets. It's actually the main thing I do to sell my crocheted plushies, and I really like to bring you guys along with me at the markets to show you guys how it's going. So the market that I have coming up is actually an apple festival because it's that time of the year around here. There's so many apples being picked. And of course, people, especially bakers, are going to be making apple pies, apple everything really. So this is an apple festival that I'll be going to sell my crocheted plushies. So I, of course, made some apple themed items. So I'm mostly bringing just my regular plushies, but I did make some apple keychains that I will show you guys. And I also made some apple coasters, that way they're not just for kids, and the coasters can be really good for adults. So the market is going to be on Saturday. It's Thursday right now. Usually I would just start like this whole market prep situation on Friday, but I am starting on Thursday today because I do have a little something tomorrow, so I'm going on a little day trip with my grandparents. I should be back in time to do everything, but I just like to give myself a little bit of extra time. I don't want to do it too last minute, so I will start doing the market prep today so that I'm not too rushed tomorrow night. So what I need to do to prepare for this apple festival is put price tags on all the items I made in the past 2 weeks because I didn't have markets for 2 weeks. So obviously I crocheted a lot in the past 2 weeks. So I need to put price tags on all of those, and I also need to put the tags with my logo on all of those items. And of course I will show you guys everything I crocheted in the last 2 weeks, one by one. So I'm going to be showing you guys each item one by one because I have done that in the past and it seems that you guys really liked it. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to tell you guys kind of the pattern I used, which is probably going to be my own pattern, or I just freehanded it because that's what I do. I don't really follow patterns, I just freehand my own stuff, and I also write my own patterns. So I'm going to show you guys all of that. So let's get into it. So like I said, I didn't have a market for 2 weeks, so that gave me a lot of time to restock. So I made a lot of things. So I'm going to try to group together the similar things so I can show you. So I'm not showing you like one thing and then later on I'm showing you another of the same thing. So I'm going to try to group them together right now before I show you guys, because when I say I made a lot of stuff, like you guys are going to see obviously, but I made so much stuff. Obviously I'm happy about that, but yeah, it's gonna take a long time. This video is probably gonna be a long one, so if you like long videos, stay tuned. I made 8 pumpkins. I'm gonna put them down. I just wanted to show you guys all 8 pumpkins, so I'm holding all of them right now. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys all of them kind of at once. So I made 8 pumpkins. I'm just gonna show you one like close up. So I made 8 of these, but these unfortunately will not be coming to the market with me because my plushies are actually in 4 consignment stores. So I made 8 pumpkins, that way I can bring 2 to each store. I didn't bring them yet, obviously, but I made them in the past 2 weeks, so even though they're not coming to the market with me, I still wanted to show you guys because it's still some stuff I made in the past 2 weeks. So just a little up close, you can see there's 2 different types of oranges. I used orange. I used 2 strands of orange yarn, that's why they're both a little different, and these leaves or whatever, they might have a name, I don't know, but yeah, super cute. I just freehand these, but I think Cameron's Cute Creations has a bit of a different pumpkin pattern. I've never tried it. It's a bit of a different look, but apparently people are loving it, so yeah, you can check that one out, or there's probably a million other ones out there. But these are the pumpkins I made. You saw me holding all of them. There's 8 of them. Super cute. I do have some, though, that will be at the market. Like, I didn't make them the past 2 weeks. I've had them for a while. But, yeah, I will have some pumpkins. Just not these ones, but I do have maybe 4 or 5 pumpkins that I'll be bringing to the market. So I'm gonna have some pumpkins, just not these ones. Now I'm gonna show you guys a bit of like random stuff that I only have one of that I made, like that I know I didn't make multiples of. So starting off with this snail, super cute. I actually don't know where I got this yarn, but it's super soft, and I just freehanded this guy again. So yeah, it's super cute, it's super soft. I love him so much. And with the same yarn actually, so I made this guy, it's aimed to be a cow. His ears kind of like blending in with the background, but yeah, it's supposed to be a cow. Kind of looks like a pig too. It could just be whatever you want him to be. So this one is actually my Chubby Buddy pattern. You can find in my Etsy and coffee shop. I call them Chubby Buddies because they're supposed to be cows, but kind of look like pigs too. So at this point, they are whatever you want them to be, but they are chubby and they are cute. So I made this guy with the same yarn that I used for the snail. Now I have a reversible octopus. So this is the sad side. And then we flip it over to the happy side. So usually I make these in acrylic yarn, so they usually come out quite smaller. But this is, again, my own pattern that you can find in my Etsy and coffee shop. Yeah, usually I make it with acrylic yarn, so it comes out like a lot smaller. But this time I decided to make it with plush yarn. It's like a velvet type of yarn. And it came out bigger, but I think it's super cute, and I'm excited to see if it sells because my reversible octopuses that I make with acrylic yarn usually sell pretty well, and I find the stuff I make with plush yarn sells even better than with acrylic yarn, and I've never made one of these with plush yarn, so I'm excited to see if it sells. Next random thing is this big bird. Usually I make them smaller. I did make a few of them smaller, but this is the only one that I have that is this big. And I just freehand these guys. I have had a few people ask for a pattern, so I'm thinking of either writing a pattern or doing a tutorial. I'm gonna have to do my research first to see if there is a very similar pattern out there, because if there is, obviously I won't write it because, yeah. I don't follow a pattern, but I'll have to do my research before actually writing one. So I think he's super cute. Now let's move on to more stuff. Next, I made 2 stingrays, so they're different sizes. So I have a big stingray here. So I had leftover gray yarn. I wanted to make just one big stingray, so I started making it this size, but I didn't know if I was going to have enough yarn to make it bigger, so I just decided to stick with this size. But I still had a decent amount left, so I decided to make a smaller one. So here's the big one. I don't make these very often, but when I do, they sell. So yeah, I just freehand these again. And the smaller one, I didn't run out of yarn, but I had to make it a bit different so I didn't run out of yarn. So I couldn't crochet both sides together, like the border-ish. So I had to just sew it so it looks a bit different. I swear I put the eyes on the same row, but they kind of ended up a bit lopsided. But he's a bit wonky, so to be honest, I might keep him. I'm not sure, because I don't know what happened. So I might just give him to my boyfriend because he's a bit different. Next, so I have 4 octopi, I don't know, with the long curly legs. So these 2 are actually made with the same yarn, but it's like rainbow yarn, and so they were made with the same yarn, but they came out quite different. So I like that. And these ones are like soft yarns, like velvet yarn. And then I have these 2 in acrylic yarn. So I have been out of these for a while, so I decided to make a few of them. These are just free-handed, but just search octopus crochet pattern and you'll find a million of them. So yeah, I made 4 of these. Next, I made 2 elephants, so 2 different variegated yarn colors. These ones are my own pattern that you can find in my Etsy and coffee shop and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, these sell really well for me, both at markets and in consignment stores. So I made 2. I should probably make more because when I have to restock to the consignment stores, I like if I have it in my inventory for my markets and I can just take it out of there. So anyways, I made 2 super cute colors. Love them. And next, I made 2 loveys, little bears, with embroidered faces, of course, so they're safe for babies. So the yarn that I used for the bottom is actually from the same ball of yarn, but it was like ombre and it switched from one color to the other. So I just took from the middle end for the pink and then from the outside end for the blue, which is perfect. I think it's super cute. I've been out of these for a while again also, and yeah, they sell pretty well for me, so I made 2 more. These are also my own pattern. They are a pattern bundle. So in the pattern bundle, you have the pattern for 3 different loveys. So you have the bear, an elephant, and a bunny. I just like making the bears because I think they're very neutral, but I probably should make the other animals too. But yeah, these are super cute, and I haven't made these in a while, so it was pretty fun to make them. Next, I have this sea turtle. I just freehand this guy. There's so many turtle patterns out there. Yeah, just regular color turtles. The eyes are pretty cool. And now I have 2 big frogs. So I, of course, just freehand these, but they are kind of like inspired from the regular leggy frog pattern. So, of course, I'm not going to write a pattern for this one because there is that pattern out there. So, yeah, I just freehand them. I don't use the pattern, but they are inspired by that one. So, yeah, super cute. Now I have a giant jellyfish. I'm going to try to put it far enough so you can see the whole thing. So surprisingly, these have been selling really well for me this whole summer. And I say surprisingly because they're pretty expensive. Like, they're probably one of my most expensive plushies because of how big they are and how much time they take and how much materials they take, but they have been selling. So I made another one because I sold my last one at my last market. I should probably make more, but I made one. Pretty good. I just freehand these again, and now I have 3 mini turtles. This is my own pattern. They're super fun and easy to make. So yeah, these are my own pattern. You can find on my Etsy and coffee shop, and there's probably a million other patterns out there. I tried to make mine different, but who knows? Before I wrote it, I did my research, never found one that looked exactly like this. Now, who knows? But yeah. They're super fun, and they sell really well, both at markets and consignment stores, again, for me. Now I have 3 small axolotls, super cute. I have a pattern for big axolotls, which I did not make this week, but I don't have a pattern for the small ones, so let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. I know there's a few axolotl patterns out there. I'm not sure there's any that look exactly like this. My big ones literally look the exact same as this, just bigger. So yeah, I don't have a pattern for the small ones, but I did make 3 small ones in the past 2 weeks. And I made 2 small sea turtles, I guess. I made them the same way that I made my big sea turtle that I just showed you guys not long ago, but the yarn was thinner, so they came out smaller, and I think they're super cute. Next, I made 4 chunky whales. So they all look like this, just different colors. I have 2 in blue, so 1 blue. Oops, this one has a piece of red. Okay, 2 blues. And I have a pink one and a gray one. I put like cool green eyes on the gray one because the gray, like, not that it was boring, but I like colors, so I added green eyes to make it pop a little bit. And this one has pretty eyes too. So these are my own pattern, again. And I also have a tutorial for those guys on my channel. So now I have a little mini mushie. So this is my own free pattern that you can find on my coffee shop. I say coffee shop, but it is free. And I also did a live tutorial for these guys last Sunday, and the live tutorial is now up as a video. So if you want to go make it, it's up on my channel. If you wanted to go make it, these are super cute. Now for the smaller version of the bird that I showed you guys earlier. I showed you guys the big one earlier, but this is the smaller version. Same pattern, I guess. Like, I'm just freehanding them, but when I say pattern, sometimes I'm just freehanding them. I just remember how many stitches I'm doing, I guess. So yeah, same pattern, just smaller yarn. So I made 5 of these. So I made 1 in this color. I made 2 in this color, so I'll just, yeah. And here's the other one in that color. I'm like running out of room on my desk. I made 1 in this color and 1 in this blue color. So 5 of these guys. I love them. Next, I made 4 mini dinosaurs. Super cute. I just freehand these guys. I think there's a few dinosaur patterns out there that you guys can find. Next, I made 4 hot dogs. I have 2 more behind me. I'm going to try to grab them. Yeah, so I made 4 of these hot dogs. I'm sure you guys know by now this is my own pattern. I wrote it recently-ish, and it's been going crazy. So super cute hot dogs. They sell super well for me at the market. So let's see, and hopefully they sell on Saturday. Sorry, I lied. I made 5 hot dogs. I thought I made 4. I don't know. I just found another one in the bag of stuff I made in the past 2 weeks. So extra hot dog here. I made 2 bigger mushies. These are a different color than the mini mushie I made earlier. And this one has like a little blush on his cheeks. This one doesn't. A little bit different, but kind of the same. I just freehand these guys. But yeah, super cute. I'm really running out of room on my desk. I'm going to show you guys. Next, I have 2 small bees in 2 different kinds of yellow. This one has embroidered eyes in case someone wanted to buy it for a baby. This one has plastic eyes, so not safe for a baby. That is actually my bee keychain pattern, which is usually made in acrylic yarn, but because I made it in plush yarn, it came out bigger. So yeah, that's my own pattern. And I have bigger bees. I usually add mouths. I don't know why I didn't. I might add them because I think they're even cuter with a little smile. So again, the 2 different kinds of yellows. I just freehand these guys. Yeah, I'm probably gonna add mouths because it's extra cute with a little smile. Now for the apple coasters. So I have 8 of them. I'm probably gonna make more. I'm not sure if they're gonna sell. I'm just really scared to make a bunch and then they don't sell and I'm stuck with them. But yeah, I have 8. I tried to make multiples of 4 because the way I'm gonna sell them, so they're gonna be $3 each or 2 for $5, but I think more people are gonna be buying 4, like to put at a table. I don't know. I thought multiples of 4 would make sense, but I'm gonna show you guys like one kind of close up. So it's just really a red circle, double crochets, with a little leaf. So yeah, they're super easy to make. That's why I'm able to sell them for only $3 each, which is good because it's something cheaper. So I'm excited to see if they sell. So I think what I'm gonna do is bring the red and green yarn to the market, and I'm only gonna bring these ones like already made, and then if I see they're selling really well, I have the yarn on hand with me that I can just whip more up and put them in my basket. So I think that's what I'm going to do, bring 8 to begin with and see if they sell over there. Next, I have 1 big chunky octo. I kind of regret putting the eyes on this one like this because they're kind of creepy. I thought they were going to look good and then I put them in and they didn't. But it's too late. So yeah, I have this guy. This is my own tutorial. It's a tutorial on my channel that you can find. And with the same tutorial, same pattern, I made a lot of them. It just really depends on the yarn you're going to use for the size it's going to come out as. So I made one that came out mini, so it's obviously going to be cheaper because it's a lot smaller. Another mini one, and again another mini one. So I made 3 mini ones and 1 bigger one. And I made a crazy amount of like the regular medium-sized ones made with like burlap blanket. I'm gonna count them and just show you guys a few because there's no way I can hold all of them in my hands. So I made 15 of the regular sized ones. So as you can see, they're obviously bigger than the mini ones, but smaller than the big one. So, oops. So I made 15 of these guys. They sell really well at the markets and the consignment stores, which is why I made so many. Because if I need to restock at the stores, I can just grab them from my market inventory if they didn't sell at the market. So of course I have different colors, but I'm just showing you guys these because I'm not going to show you guys them one by one, but I made 15 like this in different colors. Now with my mini mushy pattern that I talked about earlier that I did the tutorial for, so I made that one in acrylic yarn and it came out super tiny. I didn't put a mouth on it because it was just so small, but I made it as a keychain because it was so tiny. So I got this one, and like I said, the apple keychains because it's an apple festival I'm doing on Saturday. So I got these 2. I didn't want to make too many again in case they don't sell and then I'm stuck with them. So I think I'll do the same thing with the coasters. I'll bring these, and then if I notice they're selling, I'm just going to make more over there with the yarn that I brought. So That is all except for I have octopus keychains. They don't have like the key rings on them yet, so I still have to add that, but I'm gonna count how many of them and I'm gonna show you one like as an example before I put the key rings on it. So this is the little octopus before I put the keychains. So they're super, super tiny. I made 12 of these. So this again is the same pattern as my Octo tutorial. Just the yarn is a lot smaller, so that's why they're coming out so small. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put key rings on all of those because, yeah. So I got 12 of those, and I believe that is it for the stuff I made in the past 2 weeks. So that's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna show you guys my desk. Like I've been piling them onto my desk after I've been showing them to you guys. It's literally like packed to the top, and I didn't even take all the like chunky octos out of there, and I didn't even take all the octopus keychains without keychains yet. Those ones are still over there in a bag. So I'm gonna show you guys my desk because it's crazy. Ignore the mess like around it, but it is packed to the top. Also, Willie was here. That is my mom's dog when they were visiting with their dog. Anyways, so yeah, I made a lot of stuff in 2 weeks. So now I'm just gonna do a little time lapse of me putting like the key rings on these guys. I'm gonna have to put price tags on everything too, so I don't know, I'll try to do a time lapse of everything I can. Hopefully it's not gonna be too long and too boring. If I notice it's taking super, super long, I'm not going to do a time lapse of the whole thing because it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. So yeah, I will go and do that, and I will talk to you guys when I'm all done that. Alright, so it's very late Thursday night, so obviously I finished putting all the price tags and the tags with my logo on everything, and I have crocheted a bit more since then. So I made a lot of small stuff that don't need tags, so I just put them right in the bags. So I made 3 mini octos, 6 mini whales, and 1 mini frog. I can show you guys them actually really quickly. I'm just going to show you guys one of each, just to show you guys what I made. But yeah, I just wanted to make small stuff that won't need tags. That way it's just going to be really easy to pack. And I did already pick out the yarn that I will bring on the little day trip I'm going on tomorrow. So I'm actually going to bring the yarn to do more apple coasters. That way it's not a lot to bring in the car. I don't need to bring like eyes or stuffing or anything. So yeah, I will make a few more in the car tomorrow. So let me just show you guys one of each of the items I made later tonight. So here is the mini frog again. It's like inspired by the regular leggy frog pattern. I just freehand them. A mini octo like I showed you guys earlier. Super cute. And a mini whale. I actually did not show you guys any of these earlier, but I had like the bigger ones, and these are basically the same thing, just smaller. So super cute. So yeah, I made 6 of these, 3 of these, and this is the only little frog. So yeah, I'm gonna pack those back up in the bag, and I will probably talk to you guys next tomorrow night when I do some more market prepping. Alright guys, so it is Friday night, it's about like 11 p.m. So a little recap about my day today. So I went on the little day trip with my grandparents and I did bring some yarn to crochet in the car, but I really didn't feel good in the car. So I didn't crochet much. I did crochet these 2 chicken nuggets, but other than that, like I just really wasn't feeling well. So I was just resting and talking with my grandparents in the car. And then when I got home, I did take a nap because I just really didn't feel good again. So yeah, I took a nap, and then after that, I made 2 chickens. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stay up later now because I did take a nap earlier. So hopefully I'll be able to make a few more things, but I do need to put the tags with my logo on these 2 chickens and price tags. And I do need to make one little sign for my apple coasters because they're gonna go like in a little basket or a little, I don't know, I guess a basket. And I don't have a sign or anything for those because it's my first time that I'll be bringing them to an event with me. And I also have to make another sign for my keychain prices because I usually have like my chalkboard sign, but I forgot that one in my mom's house, and that is 8 hours away because I did do an event when I went to visit them last month, and somehow I forgot my keychain price thing. And recently I've just been putting them in like a little basket also with a price on the basket, but I did order another keychain rack that like actually turns because the one I had before didn't turn, but I ordered one that turns. But I don't have my sign, so I'm gonna have to make one to do just for now because my parents are gonna come visit soon and they will bring it with them, but in the meantime I need something else. So I need to do 2 signs and put the tags on these guys. So I might do a time lapse of that really quick, and hopefully I will be able to crochet a little bit more. I still don't want to go to bed too late because I have to be up early enough tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see what we're able to do tonight. So I'm all done everything now. I'm done my signs and I'm done putting the price tags and the tags with my logo on the chickens. So I'm gonna go shower real quick and go to bed. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'm gonna have time before I leave. If not, I will talk to you guys in the car because it's about a 45-minute drive. So I will have more than enough time to talk to you guys. So I'm gonna plug in my square and pack the yarn I want to bring tomorrow to the market just so I don't forget tomorrow morning. And then yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning guys. So it is Saturday morning. I'm basically all ready to go for the market. I'm gonna guess I slept about for 2 hours. Bad night, but anyways, it's time for the market now. So let's go and hopefully have a good market. So I will show you guys my setup once we're all there and ready. So yeah, I think we're gonna have like more than enough time to set up. I think we're gonna get there early enough. Usually they give us about 2 hours to set up, which I never need 2 hours, especially if we're inside, and we are inside. So it shouldn't take me that long to set up. So I think I'll be set up pretty early, so I'll be able to show you guys my setup and chat with you guys about how the morning is going. Hey guys, so I am back home from the market. I'm just sitting down. I'm still not feeling the best. I already changed into my pajamas. So now I'm going to do a little bit of a recap of the market. So I apologize. I did not film anything else at the market other than my setup because it was indoors, and I just really hate filming and talking to a camera indoors because everybody can hear you in the room and it's really awkward. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't film anything else, and to be honest, I was crocheting the whole time. It was really slow. I didn't make that many sales, and I did talk to other vendors and they didn't make that many sales either, other than the food vendors, like people selling sweets, and like someone beside me was selling like cakes and things like that, or like cake slices, things like that. She did pretty well, but everybody else selling stuff that wasn't food didn't do that well. But I will go through my sales with you guys and do a whole breakdown of everything I sold. So I made a total of $78 in sales today, and the booth fee is $27, and the square fees were only 80 cents, which was really nice considering I did not make that much money. So that leaves me with a total profit of $50.20. So I know some people might say, well, at least you covered your booth fee, at least you didn't lose any money. I agree with that, but when this is the income I'm relying on, this is a market fail in my opinion. But yeah, there was some people walking around, a decent amount of people walking around, but people were just not buying, or I mean, they were buying sweets and treats, but they weren't buying like I won't say physical products because food is still a physical product, but you know what I mean. If it wasn't food or like coffee, they weren't really buying anything. So I didn't do the best, but that's okay. I'm going to do a breakdown for you guys and tell you guys how many of each items I sold out of the amount that I brought, how much I sold that item for, and yeah, I'm going to put an image of that item up to show you guys like what it is. So yeah. So starting with my apple coasters, so I made those, of course, because it was an apple festival. So I made apple coasters that I showed you guys. I started with 8 of them, and I sold 2 for like $5 because I did have a deal. They were $3 each, or 2 for $5, and one person bought 2 for $5. I started with 3 small bees, and I sold 1 for $12. I started with 3 mini turtles, and I sold 1 for $12 again. I started with 6 regular chickens, and I sold 1 for $18. And lastly, I started with 20 keychains, and I sold 4 of them for $8 each. So that is a total of 9 items that sold, so really not a lot. And they were pretty small items that sold too, like I didn't sell anything crazy. So yeah, this was really not the best market I've ever done, but this specific market is a fundraiser. They do a lot of them. The reason I keep going back is because at the beginning of the season I paid for 10 of them, so now I'm going to all of them because I paid. But it is a fundraiser, so at least it's nice to know that the money you paid for the booth fee is going to a good cause. So I'm not too like angry about the fact that I didn't do that well. I know at least that the proceeds are going to a good cause. So yeah, I really didn't do that well, and neither did a few other vendors, but it is what it is. So like I said earlier, I had brought a bunch of stuff to crochet over there, but then when I got there and started crocheting, I realized I forgot stuffing. So I had like literally everything. Like I had safety eyes, I had everything, but I didn't have stuffing. So I just crocheted a bunch of stuff and left a hole for me to stuff it when I get home. So because the market was kind of a fail and the breakdown was super short, I'm just going to show you guys really quick everything I made at the market, because I'm actually impressed by the amount of stuff I got done over there. So I made 2 little frogs, again, like they're not stuffed, and I left the tail to sew it shut once I do stuff them. I usually just like stuff them when I'm like halfway here, and then I just kind of like slip stitch it shut, but I couldn't do that, so I had to like leave the long tail to sew it. So yeah, I made 2 mini frogs, and I made 20 octopus keychains. Literally 20 of them. All of these. And like the market was 5 hours long. Obviously I wasn't crocheting the whole time because there was some people walking past, so I had to talk to them and stuff. But I have 20 of these guys. They're just not stuffed again. And I have to like stuff them and sew them shut. And like obviously for the keychains I have like to put the key rings on. But they have their eyes and everything. I'm just really surprised that I was able to make that much stuff while sitting at a market. I mean, the keychains are pretty good sellers. Like that's the stuff I sold the most of today, even though I didn't make that many sales, and they just sell really well in general for me. So that's why I just made so many, and I just kept going. And then when I counted towards the end of the market, I was at 19, so I was like, I'll just crochet one more just to get to 20. So I'm pretty proud of that, at least. I didn't make much money, I didn't make many sales, but I did crochet 20 octopus keychains while I was there and 2 mini frogs, so that's pretty good. So I guess that's gonna have to be it for today's video because, I mean, I can't really talk anymore about the market. I basically covered everything, but I am happy that I showed you guys everything I crocheted since my last market, which was like 2 weeks ago, because at least now that made the video a little bit longer, a little bit more entertaining. So I'm happy I showed you guys all of that, and let me know in the comments if you think this was a market fail or if you would be happy with this. I'm not upset. I would just like to know if you guys would think this is a market fail, because I kind of do, but I'm not upset. But yeah, that's gonna have to be it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned. I usually do markets every weekend, and I always make videos about it. So stay tuned to see that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!